I'd like to thank the Academy, and I'd like to thank the whole of the YouTube community for this award. Today, we've got part 10 of the IXO Collections release of Build the Porsche 917kh. I mean, check that out. How cool is that? Now, this is about 10 inches tall. So, obviously, this is to scale, I'm guessing, with the 1.8 vehicle. But it looks just like that. There's a close-up of it. Pretty cool. That can overlook proceedings here. I'll put that there next to the part work upgrades blueprint there. Today, we're going to be doing box 10. And to be honest with you, I haven't got a clue what we're doing. So, let's go and have a quick look in the magazine and see what we're doing today. Okay, so here's the magazine. I'm just going to have a quick flick through because I notice I don't normally do this. And obviously all the instructions are French. Eventually online they will be in English. But it looks like we've got some extra parts for the frame here. They've also given us a new screwdriver. I'm guessing they believe the one that we've been using is worn out. And we're going to add these frame details to what we've already got on. We've got some pipe work to put on here. So that looks like that. And it pretty much continues what we've done with the rolling chassis that we've got at the moment. By the look of it, we get to mount the engine in this one. That's going to be good. So that looks like that. Bit more frame, which is just going to go round the engine. And then by the look of it, finally, we've got some more pipes and a cross section there, putting all this together. So at the end of it, it's looking just like that. Now, if you want to get this for yourself, I have put the link down here to the IXO Collections website. You can get this all the way from pack 1. But without further ado, let's get cracking. So it all starts with stage 37. Got that here. Let's get all this out. We've got some pipes and we've also got some screws here. And as you can see, there's the screwdriver that I was talking about. I don't actually need this, but it is handy to have a spare there. But this is the frame that comes in that one. So let's bring over the rolling chassis. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be putting in this frame just into these points here. And it's going to be attached from the underside on those 2 points and these points here. We are going to trap the wires underneath this frame as well. We do need to make sure it's round the right way. So I'm just lining this up. But this is just going to go in just like this. It's going to be held in with a BM screw, which I've got there. So I'll get this lined up. You can see straight away this is going to be a little bit tricky because it did take just some bending to get that into the position it needs to be. But I'll put the one in the other side. And there we go. That's the one in this side. Now you know you've got this in right because the screws are in here, and there's also some tabs or lugs just down the bottom that also go into this frame. So that's quite secure before we put the screws in to the underside. And what we're going to do is just turn this upside down, move that speaker out the way, and just put 2 BM screws just into the underside of this frame here. So one this side and on the other side here. You may have noticed I've taken one of the batteries out. I don't know if the batteries drain while they're in there, so that's why I've deliberately done that. Excellent, but that's in place. So just for the minute, I don't need this again. I'm just going to put that to one side and bring over the engine. So we haven't seen this for a while, but this is what the engine's looking like. Now just on the end here, on this box, we've actually got some tabs just near this wire. We've got some pipes to put on there, and they are the 2 pipes that come in this stage. So I'm going to have one just going into the top here. Just get that in slowly. There we go. Perfect. That's that first one in. And the second one is just going underneath it, just on this point here. And again, I just rock it backwards and forwards until it's all the way on that shaft. I don't want this falling out. And there we go. That's the 2 pipes in. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 38 here, as you can see, we've got another bit of frame. We're going to be adding this to the addition to what we've done there. By the look of it, we're going to be putting the engine in the car as well. So this is pack 38. I'm just going to get this out. And the first thing we need is this little box in here. This looks like a little filter or something to me. We've got these pins in here So I'll take one of these pins out, and the pins are actually hollow. I say it's a pin, it's actually a hollow tube. What we're going to do is thread one end of this hollow tube into this wire that we've got here. Best to hold this, and then I'm going to try and screw it in, and then that will keep that in one place. So I'm just rotating that round, and as you can see now, that fits on top of there perfectly like that. Now the other end of this, we don't want it to go all the way through, because the other end is just going to go on this pin on this side here. So again, rotate that round, and there we go. That's in place. That's a brilliant solution of how to do that. I like that. On the other side, we're going to be putting another pin. Just getting that one lined up here. And again, I'll rock that into position on here. That looks now like that. I'm going to bring over the rolling chassis again. That's looking like that. And this is basically going to go into these points here. Once again, I've got a locating lug at the top, which is going to go into this section here. So it's going to line everything up for me perfectly, just like that. So if we put the underside ones in first, which means turning that upside down, just like this. I've got a BM screw just to put into this section here. Get that in nice and tight. Excellent. Then turn that the right way round. Spin it round so you can see it on the camera here. And I've got a BM screw just to put into this point just here. This makes sense now why they've gave us this screwdriver. Because this is easily the best way to put that in like that. I don't know if I can do that with my wearer screwdriver. Oh yeah, by the look of it I can. I'm just tidying these wires up. Making sure everything is where it needs to be, because I'm about to mount the engine. If you have a look at the engine, we've got two lugs here, one there, or two holes and one there. They're going to go, or we're going to line the back one up with this point just here. So I'll get that lined up and drop that in. Now these wires that come out the side, we need it to go between these two parts of the frame. So when I put it in, I want them to be kind of like this. There. Excellent. And I'm going to secure that in from the underside with a BM screw. I'm holding it in place here. Just make sure everything's lined up to daisies. Put that back into position there. We have now mounted the engine there. Turn it back over, and this has just come out. So when I put this side bit in, just so you know, because I make mistakes, it's actually this peg that's going into the frame. Silly me. So it should fit there like that. I should have read the instructions properly, shouldn't I? So that's in right now. I bet again you were shouting at the screen regarding that, but no, we're all good. We're all good. Just going to wrap this wire just around there so it doesn't get in the way of things, like that. And then just on this side here, in this hole here, we're going to be attaching the side of the engine into this space here. So just line that up with a JM screw and screw that all the way in. So the engine's now held in with a BM screw and a JM screw. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 39, we've got the other side of this frame just to put into the vehicle here. Putting that in a similar fashion and then bolting this down. And then we're creating another sort of junction point here to put in the car as well on the end of that metal wire. So here's everything we got in here. Get all this out. And in the exact same way we put this one on here, we're going to be doing the same on this one on the other side. So making sure the wires are tidy and inside next to the engine. I'm going to put this tab in first onto the back section there, and then put that into position just like that. Excellent. So just like last time, I'm going to hold that in with a BM screw from here. I might have to use that other screwdriver again, which is slightly smaller, so I can get this in. I haven't put that in tight, while I just get another BM screw and screw that in from the underside. And now that's in, I can just tighten these up fully. Definitely use the screwdriver that come with this one on those, because these can be a bit tricky to get to. Again, I'm just going to put that to one side just for a second while I just set up this cross section here. And this time we've got 3 of these metal tubes again, and I'm going to put them on top of each point on this Y-shaped adapter. So 1, 2, and then 1 down the bottom here is 3. That looks like that. Bring over the car again, and then just the end of this adapter is just going into that wire there. So we may have to sort of screw it on, but I think that's got all the way in, so I think we're good to go there. Now they've actually got this wire just going underneath this triangular section here, so it comes out of the side like that. But that is all there is to do in that stage. So in the last stage, as you see, we've got a cross section here. We've got lots of pipes to go in. So we're going to get the cross section, make these pipes up, attach this to the vehicle, plug in the pipes that we've got from the engine. It's all to do with pipe work in this one. So by the end of it, it's looking just like that. So in regards to the pipes, we've got 2 long leads, 2 medium-sized leads, and 2 small leads. So it's actually the small leads that I need first. And these are just going to go onto the end of these highly detailed sections here. Again, these look like filters to me. So 1 in that side, whoops. And we want 1 in this side here. So as you can see, we've got 2 of these. These are going to get attached if we hold this side up. So these are up. These are going to get attached just in here. So 1 in that side. And then 1 in the other side here. Perfect. Bring over the car again, because these are going on the points that we've got just on the back section here. Now, just lining them up with the lowest hole on here, just on both sides. They're perfectly where they need to be. And I need to put an IM screw in from both sides. So 1 in this side first. That's going in perfectly. And then just do the one on the other side. All these wires are a little bit annoying. I might have to get some masking tape just to put them up for now. Perfect. And then next to it, we've got some JM screws, and this is going to mount the engine again on this side, pretty much like we did on the last one there. That's just going to go into the hole just to the side of it. Now on the distributor here, you should have 2 black plugs which aren't doing anything. That's where these pipes from these filters are going. And I say filters, I hope they're filters. I can't guarantee that. So let's get these in. This is going to be tricky. Definitely going to need tweezers for this stage. But that's 1 in. And I'll just do the same with the other one. I'll tidy the leads up again afterwards. Just get that out of the way so I can get this in. Once again, I've realised I've just put these filters in actually the wrong way. They actually should be round that way. So, you know, I did put them in correct. They turned on their own. That's my excuse. But there we go. They're in. Let's just get them so they're angled exactly the same, because my OCD is playing up big time. Perfect. Again, we can just take the car, put that to one side, because we've got these little junction points here, and we're going to be taking a medium cable and a long cable. So holding it this way, the medium cable is going to go on the right fork here, And the long cable is going to go on the left fork over here. So that looks like that. On the other one, the short cable is going to go on the left side, just the opposite way round, and the long cable is going to go on the right side. So there you go, that's 2 of those done. And then for the final time today, we'll bring over the car, and this is going to go into the hole that we can just see on the side there. So I'll push that in, just like that. As you can see, we've got the long side here pointing towards the front of the car, the short side coming off at the back here. We do exactly the same on the other side. Just turn that round there. And in a similar fashion, just push that into this side there. We've got these 2 leads now coming back onto the engine. Now, once these leads piped in through this triangle here towards the front of the engine. So I'm just going to put that in and thread it through the entire length. I'll probably use my tweezers actually to help me do this. And there you go. That's all there is to do in that stage, and that is all there is to do in that pack. So we've got quite a lot of pipes which we haven't connected yet, but it is looking pretty impressive. I do think I am going to try and tidy these wires up eventually, just a little bit, because we've got like the speaker wire here which goes down there. These wires here are for the headlights, so obviously I don't want to get them lost. I'll just feed them actually into just this area by the dashboard. But there you go. What do you think of that? Look at that. And we've got the engine in as well. It's all good. So, getting there, aren't we? Once again, if you want to get hold of this yourself, I'll put the link to the IXO Collections website down there. And if you're in a location where you can't get this through IXO Collections, you can also get it from Agora Models. They've got a pre-order on at the moment. You can get this from Agora Models as well. But I really do hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.